Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Hannah for those of you who didn't know that. And today I'm doing my January wrap up. So, in case you're wondering why I'm looking down, I have my bullet journal here so I can see what I gave them. So, I had a really good reading month this month. I read 14 books, which is crazy. I don't think I have ever kind of feeling like I have been able to read that much. So some of these will also be good for my all around the world challenge. So if it's one like that, you will see me introduce the book and then you will see me scratch off the map. So let's just get into it. We have 14 books to talk about. I won't spend too much time talking about them since we don't need it to be 3 hours long. So let's just get into it. I will talk about them in the order that I read them. So the first book I read was Looking for Alaska by John Green, and I gave these 4 stars. And this book is about Miles, and he is kind of looking for the greater good in his life. So he chooses to go to this boarding school where he kind of can explore his greater goods. And there he meets Alaska. And he gets also friends there, but Alaska kind of helps him kind of find his, or trying to find his greater good. And in the process, she also steals his heart. So I really enjoy this book. The reason why I gave it 4 stars is that I just feel like it lacked something for me. I get this feeling when a book is 5 stars, and this one, I just didn't feel that. However, I really loved it. It was really something I liked reading, and yeah, it was a fun kind of story where you learn different things, and yeah, it was good. The next book I read was Shudder by Romanov, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. My sister has been nagging me about reading this forever, and I finally did. So basically this is about Juliet, and Juliet has this curse gift because one touch from her can kill. So she's kind of in prison for this, so she doesn't kill people. And then we have something called the Re-establishment, and they want to use her for their good. They want to use her as a weapon. However, Juliet, she has other plans. I loved this. It's just some feelings that I just guessed that I love something and you kind of just can't stop thinking about it, and you just want to read every single book in this series. So I can't wait and to kind of continue on with this and see how everything goes. So yeah. And then I read The Phantom of the Opera by Gaston Leroux, something in those lines, and I give it 4 stars. I read this as an audiobook and I fairly enjoyed it. I love the opera, especially the movie. I have to say, it's one of my favorite movies. I feel really kind of sorry for the opera ghost. So basically, what everything is about is about this opera in Paris, and in this opera there is this girl called great job, girl. This girl called Christine Dyer, and her father was a famous Swedish violin player, if I'm not wrong. But when he died, he said to her that he will send an angel of music to her, and she's taken care of kind of from this opera. And when she came, she didn't know how to sing. But then a few years later, or I don't know if it's a few years, then she gets taught opera and kind of have to sing by this opera ghost called Eric. And she thinks he is the angel of music. And basically, Eric kind of falls for Christine. However, his problem is that his face is really deformed and no one kind of wants to look at him because he's so deformed. And basically, when they come to Shagny or something called Raoul, which is Christine's friend from childhood, comes, everything kind of gets messed up because Eric kind of turns violent. So yeah, I really enjoy it. It's a really tragic story. But now I talked to that one for a while. Next book I read was The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater, and I gave these 4 stars. Basically, this is about Blue. And Blue knows, she has been told from day one that her true love will die from her kiss. So she has decided to stay away from boys. And it's not difficult because you have the Raven Boys, which kind of is the boys from the prestige school here in this town. And she doesn't want to hang around them, basically. But then she kind of gets messed into all this drama. And yeah. I gave this 4 stars. It was real good. I just felt like it took some time for me to get into the book. And yeah. What I did like was that the characters, they had flaws. And as many people, they know that they have flaws. They know some of their flaws. They are trying to kind of change them, but they aren't kind of able to. And yeah, it was really good. It was just a little slow in the beginning. That's why I knocked it out to 4 stars. But overall, I really enjoyed it. The next book I read was Binti by... yeah, we're not butchering that, Binti. I gave it 3 stars. I loved this story, however, I wanted more. And I do know that there are 2 other books. However, I just want more. And I think the reason for that is just because I am used to reading these long sci-fi books. So I didn't tell what Binti is about. It's basically about Binti, and she's kind of this race that they don't leave their planet. However, she has gotten into an academy and she chooses to go against everyone's wishes and go to school. And basically, once she leaves her planet, she will be unwanted. She boards the spaceship that will take her to this planet. However, this other alien race attacks this fleet because the academy she's going to has stolen something from their chief and they want it back, so they kill everyone. And basically, Binti now has to survive this fleet. The next book I read was Between Shades of Grey by Reuben, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I loved it. This is about Lena, and she is a Lithuanian girl. And she paints, draws, and just do normal teenage stuff. However, in 1941, the Soviet drags Lena, her mother and brother out of their house and put them on a train on the way to Siberia. And I loved it. I just sat down to read 100 pages and they went by like that. I think I maybe read 100 pages in an hour or 2, which is really uncommon for me. I loved it. It went by really fast and I can't do anything else than give it 5 stars. Then I read We Were Liars by E. Lockhart and I gave it 3 stars. And this is about a girl called Cadence, and we are kind of following her family, these rich people that kind of spend their time on, I think it's an island. But basically, when on Cadence 15th summer. Something happens and she don't remember anything from that summer. So basically she's trying to figure everything out. And the reason why I really did enjoy the story, it went by really fast. However, I was so confused until the last few pages. So, and I just didn't feel any connection to the story. I really thought the writing was really good and everything, but I didn't get super invested. The next book I read was Fighting Reuben Wolf by Marcus Zusak, and this is the second book in Underdog, like trilogy or something. And not trilogy, I think it's 4 books. I gave it 3 stars. It's basically about the Reuben brothers, and their parents are really poor, so they get this offer to do kind of this underground fighting and to earn some money. And it was good. I just didn't connect, and yeah, I don't know what it was, but I liked the story, but it was kind of just like a meh story. So the next book I read was The Guinevere Deception by Kirsten White, and I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. It's about Guinevere, and it's kind of Arthur retelling. And she is sent to Camelot to protect King Arthur. So it's kind of this, call it arranged marriage between these 2 characters. And her identity is a secret, and yeah. And the thing is, magic is not allowed in Camelot. However, Guinevere has these magic abilities, so she needs to keep them a secret while kind of protecting Arthur. I really enjoyed it. I was a little confused at times, and I know that there are 2 other books, but for now I was really confused and I didn't get the answers that I kind of wanted. And maybe when I have read the other ones, I will know more and give it a... Maybe it will be a 5 stars when I eventually read it. However, for now, 4 stars. The next book I read was The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. This is a reread for me, and I gave it 5 stars. I love it. And I read this just so I am ready to read The Cruel Prince and The Queen of Nothing. Did I say The Cruel Prince? The Wicked King. This book is about Jude and her 2 sisters, and when they are little, their parents are killed and they are whisked away to fairyland. And basically they are really... The fairies don't treat people with respect. And especially the Cruel Prince, Cardan, doesn't respect them at all. And basically Jude is just trying to fit in and do what she loves, and that is to kind of sword fight. I really love this book. It's just really good. So yeah, can't wait to continue on. Then I read Wonder by R.J. Palacio. I gave it 4 stars. 4 stars. I really love this story. It's basically about August. And he has a deformed face. He has never been to school in his life. However, his parents are now deciding that maybe he should start school. So he starts school at 5th grade, and it's kind of him trying to fit in when he is not like everyone else. I think this is an important story to kind of show, especially for kids, to show them that just because you look different, you shouldn't kind of pick on them, because it's not your looks that should kind of decide if you want to be with that person or not. So I really enjoyed it. The next I read was Shudder by Kathy Reich. I gave it 4 stars. Basically, this is kind of the series that Bones is based on. Don't go in thinking that it is. Basically, it's about Temperance Brennan. She is a forensic anthropologist. And basically, she finds this body, and soon she sees these patterns that is leading her to think that it's a serial killer on the loose. However, the further in she gets, the more in danger her best friend and her daughter gets. So I give it 4 stars. It was good. It was just really slow. I had to listen to the audiobook until I was like halfway through, and then I could read it. And I really enjoyed it. Don't go in thinking this is like Bones. I love that series. However, it's nothing alike, obviously. So don't suspect that. But yeah, it's not for everyone, this. I think it's something you must kind of am a little curious about to like this. Then I read The Romanov Sisters by Helen Rappaport, and I won't give this a rating because I don't particularly rate kind of biographies. Because I don't feel like reading people's life. But Romanov Sisters is about the Tsar family in Russia. And that is kind of the, call it king, that used to be in Russia before, called Romanov. And it's about kind of the last Tsar's 4 daughters and kind of their life. And it was really interesting to see, because I kind of didn't know a lot about it, but just watching and listening, it was really it was really interesting to see kind of how their life evolved. So yeah. The last book I read was Rover Rising by Emmy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I loved this. It's a different love than from the Illuminate Files, but I really enjoyed it. So it's basically about Tyler, and he is the top of his class. So he is going to do a choosing where he is going to pick his crew for the last kind of missions that are going on. However, he gets trapped and he saves Aurora. And that makes him come late to this, to his choosing. And basically that makes him stuck with kind of all the misfits that no one wants. And basically the thing that happens is that Aurora might be the key to everything, and now it's up to Tyler and his crew of weird people to save all the planets. It was so good. I loved it, and what I did like was that I feel like kind of Tyler and Aurora are like, call them the main persons, like they are the ones mostly kind of in the front. However, the love interests is not between Tyler and Aurora, and I really like that they did it this way, because you get a perspective of all the other crew members. However, I kind of feel like it's Tyler and Aurora, especially in this one, that kind of are the center people. And I like that you kind of can have a story where the main people aren't kind of in a love interest. You kind of get the other crew members as well. But yeah, I loved this. But that was all the books that I read in January, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to follow me on any of my social media, all the links are down in the description, and I will see you next time. Bye!